Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beta Breakdown. Today we're going to be looking at the Heroes of the Month for August and September, in addition to Salmon Loki has made his or her way back into the game somehow, and we'll talk about that as well, because there's a few strange things about it. But let's first look at the August Hero of the Month. Chukkasrat is what my guess there would be. And from what I've seen so far, this hero is super overpowered. And from what we've seen with other Heroes of the Month, that means there will be a nerf coming, and this hero will be sort of a shell of what they were at this point. So let's take a look at what they are like now. So we have a looks like a lizard priest kind of thing. Attack 745, defense 780, HP 1355. This is a dark or purple druid. As you're aware, the Heroes of the Month have two innate things to them: an innate resistance and an innate ability. Innate resistance is to direct mana reduction, so this hero has an innate resistance against direct mana reduction. Not super common, I guess, sort of a counter for Freya and Bira or other Vanaheim Season 3 heroes. But that in and of itself doesn't seem too valuable to me. The other innate ability, mana buff per status ailment. This hero receives the following status effect when they receive a status ailment. Caster gets plus 24% mana generation for 3 turns. So we have slow speed, stalling spell. And you can see that this has already gone through some buffs, and it's just there's way too much going on here. Deals 235% damage to all enemies, which is pretty decent to begin with. All enemies with dispellable mana generation buff get minus 54% mana generation for 4 turns, and it can't be cleansed. So, wow. Sort of your anti-Odin hero. If that wasn't enough already, all enemies are immune to new buffs for 4 turns. And then the element link for this group is plus 10% increase for any healing received for 4 turns. Not the best, but not bad at all. So yeah, it's these 3 things. So 54% for 4 turns, it's like too much of a decrease, too many turns, and making it uncleansable is kind of over the top. And then on top of that, immune to new buffs for 4 turns is crazy. So I think we're going to see the decreased mana generation, turn duration decreased. I can see them scrapping or maybe scrapping the immune to new buffs thing altogether. I don't know if you know this, but friggin' Odin, when they were in beta, also had targets are immune to new buffs for maybe 3 turns. And then they turned out to be so strong that they nerfed them later. So what we're seeing here is not necessarily how it's going to be released, and I think this hero would be way too strong as is. So yeah, we'll see what they end up doing. We've got some time before August, but this is where it's always going to land somewhere close to where it is now. But we'll see what it is. So let me know what you think in the comments, if this is too strong, if you think this is okay. We've run into these difficulties before with Heroes of the Month being too strong with Telluria. So not only is Small Giant hesitant to do that again because of all the problems that it caused, but I think we all saw firsthand how much trouble a really strong Hero of the Month can cause because of how much more attainable they are compared to some of these others. So it has a bigger impact on the game overall. So the next hero we're going to look at is the September Hero of the Month, which is a blue hero, and definitely seems like she has the potential to perhaps change some of the meta. So let's look at that next. All right, so here we have Alexandrine. Attack 745, defense 747, HP 1423. So pretty balanced, modern stats. Innate resistance resists healing ailments. So you can see the symbols that we're looking at there are not ones that you see too often. I think the first one in parentheses is only from Sargasso, who's very uncommon. So yeah, not the best again. And then health recovery per status ailment. This hero receives or recovers 10% health when they receive a status ailment. That's pretty good. So blue hero, average speed, we have Shimmering Shield. Recovers 18% health for all allies. Recovers an additional 3% health for each ice shield on the board, up to 42% health in total. So, how many would we need to hit that cap? That would be 24. So 8 on the board will be the cap. So that's not too bad. And let's say you have an average of like maybe 5. That's a 33% heal at average speed, which is pretty good. The cool stuff in the potential meta change comes in the part that is next, which is alters the critical chance or accuracy of all ice shields on the board. When an attacking hero casts a special, the shields become enhanced with plus 54% critical chance, which is really good. I unfortunately don't think we'll see this hero released that high, but that is a really good addition to a blue stack. And then the next part is when a defending hero casts a special, the shields become weakened with minus 47% accuracy, which is the highest I think we've ever seen for accuracy. Granted, this is only for blue shields and not actually for heroes or hero specials. So, yeah, I don't know if this is a feasible flank for a red tank, because by the time this hero was firing at average speed on the flank, the tank would probably already be dead, or it wouldn't be as much of an issue anymore. So I'm not sure how that tile accuracy thing is gonna come into play. That part seems maybe a little bit too weak, even though it's almost a 50-50 chance that the tiles will hit or miss, which does seem good. I don't think defensively that's going to be that great. Just thinking about, like, you'd want to have this as a flank to a red tank, and I think there are probably better options. So we'll see. This is a new thing. I kind of like the tile / shields on the board special skills, but the plus 54% critical chance is crazy good, and could make for a really good Titan hero, a really good hero for a blue stack for attacking. There's just a lot of potential there. Let me go remind myself what Guardian Chameleon's critical buff is, because he has an attack buff as well. But those are the two best things about his special by far, and those two things together can do some insane tile damage. So this would be only for blue tiles, of course, but if you're a mono player, or you at least are using 3/2, that could make those blue tiles insanely strong. So Chameleon is only plus 36% critical chance for 4 turns. This is a whole 18% higher, and it doesn't go anywhere. So if you happen to be able to cast this while while there are a lot of blues on the board, as long as you can eventually match them, this effect will endure. So really, really strong potential. I think this is going to be a hero that a lot of people chase for event teams, because I think this is even better. I wonder if this would stack with, oh god, what's his name? Jot, depending on how you pronounce it, which gives increased attack. I'm starting to think that you would only be able to imbue one effect on the shields on the board, and that you wouldn't be able to do multiples. But that's something we could see in the future as we start to get more of these kinds of effects, an overlap of increased critical chance and increased attack, and then that would totally have an impact on the challenge event meta and I don't know, some other aspects of the game. So I think this is going to be an important hero, especially at the Hero of the Month level, unless we see a giant nerf to this. But even anywhere around what Guardian Chameleon's attack is, I think we'll see people taking this hero at least to 370 to use on Titan hits or Mythic Titan hits, where you can just use a Scroll of Alteration, and then boom, you've got all these nuclear bomb blue tiles on the board, or perhaps for challenge events as well. So this does seem like an important hero for the game, which is pretty cool because we don't see that coming out of the Hero of the Month class too often. So without further ado, let's look at the most anticipated hero up for discussion today, Salmon Loki. All right, I saw pictures of this going around online and thought, there's no way. We're already done with season 3. Salmon Loki, I don't know if you remember this far back, but Salmon Loki was scrapped and Bira was created instead. Same kind of special. So Salmon Loki used to summon a fish minion that would deal poison damage. They then scrapped Salmon Loki, released Bira, changed it to a moth minion, even though it looks like a butterfly. And now we're seeing Salmon Loki come back. I don't think we've ever, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I don't think we've ever seen a hero be released after the completion of a season. So one exception might be season 2, with Ursina being the kind of teased hero that they dropped last, because that was like the surprise enemy from season 2. I thought they were going to do that with season 3 with that Nidhogg dragon thing, and that never happened. And now, months, it's probably been months after the completion of season 3, they're just dropping Salmon Loki on us for some weird reason. So, strange stuff going on. Let's take a look at what's going on here, because I think it's a pretty terrible hero, which is a really weird decision to drop that into a season that's already completed, as if that's going to renew enthusiasm for pulling from that portal. So we have attack 745, defense 751, HP 1376, a purple monk at average speed. I can't remember if that is all the same as from before. I think you might have been fast speed. But this is the weird part. Like, this seems like an April Fool's joke. Special skill, Trickster's Transformation. Deals 195% damage to all holy enemies, so only damage to 1/5 of the possible enemy types, and not even that much for average speed. As part of that same line, they didn't separate this into multiple bullet points. All enemies change their element every turn for 3 turns. For 2 turns, element is changed to a random different element, and on the last turn, element is changed to the original element. Why would that ever be beneficial? With how important color stacking is in so many aspects of the game, why is it even remotely beneficial to change that to a random element every turn? That's just absurd. There are still going to be people that are going to level up this hero just because they think it's funny. It won't be me, because what a waste of tabards on such a disappointing hero. Lastly, deals 126 damage to holy enemies each turn. So that's 3 turns. That would be like 378, right? Yep, 378. That's going to be able to go up a lot with troops and emblems, if you were crazy enough to put emblems on this hero. But a hero that only So here's a question, I guess, as I'm trying to think of how this could possibly be something they're releasing. All enemies change their element every turn for 3 turns. Maybe that's it. Okay, so first you're dealing damage to holy enemies. Then everyone is changing. So they have this new ailment type on them. And I think what's going to happen is, like, if 2 of them happen to change to holy, then they'll take this damage. So anyone that changes to holy, I imagine, is going to take this damage, at least for 1 turn. But this doesn't seem good enough. I feel like it should be like 400 damage or something, since they're all changing. So even if you attacked a mono holy team, which would never happen, they're all changing randomly. So there's a chance that you do the upfront damage, which isn't that great, and then you do a little bit extra to a few of them, and there's nothing else going on. That's just terrible. So if you think I'm missing something, or there's a better synergy somehow, this just seems like chaos, and not even in a good way. Like, I think Makar is better. So yeah, if you think I'm missing something, let me know. This is just really bizarre in every possible way. Coming to the portal after the season is done, having such a weird special skill, I don't know. But I wanted to present these to you. The Heroes of the Month, I think, do have something good to offer. Obviously, the purple one, I think, is overpowered. But we'll see. We'll see what comes of that. It really depends on how much they want to nerf. They kind of decide those things on their own anyways. We then have a blue hero that I think is going to have a significantly positive impact on the meta, not in a way that's going to be crazy on defense or something, but in a way that's going to change what it takes for the challenge events and Titans, and creates new ways to get better scores. And I think that's a really good thing to see. And then we got this total wildcard Salmon Loki, who I think is just garbage. Maybe not garbage, but not good. And like, they're already featuring 3 heroes per month. Are they going to just put him or her into the rotation, or is there going to be a single feature again when this hero comes out? It's so weird. While season 4 is active. So as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you think I'm missing something, I do want to hear about that. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. It is a helpful way for other people to find the videos and the channel, and so it's a free way for you to support me and the channel. If you really like the videos, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. Trying to hit that 10K number whenever we can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.